Welcome to Raise Nation Radio, the podcast for nonprofit movers, shakers, and change makers. We are here to fuel your passion with a daily dose of fundraising inspiration while keeping the conversations and connections from the annual Raise Conference alive all year long. Tune in for fresh perspectives, bold strategies, and the hottest trends lighting up the nonprofit world. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned pro, buckle up. Each episode is packed with lively discussions, expert insights, and creative solutions to help you make an even bigger impact. Now get ready for another exciting episode. Please welcome your host from One Cause, Dawn Lego.
Change starts with conversation, and we are having them right here. Welcome to Raise Nation Radio. I'm your host, Dawn Lego, and we're delighted to be connecting with you again on this brand new episode of our show. So we are going to talk with all the people that are making impact happen and creating change in our communities every day. And that leads me right to our next guest. We have Jonathon Maple, who is the executive director of the Margaret Mary Health Foundation in Indiana. He's got some great things to talk about how he's driving impact, and we can't wait to get into it with him. So, Jonathon, welcome to Raise Nation Radio. How are you?
I'm great, Dawn. Thanks for having me.
So, executive director, that's a big title for a big health foundation, huh?
It is. It's Margaret Mary Health Foundation. So we are in Batesville, Indiana, and we are a critical access rural medicine hospital. So we're a nonprofit, private hospital. So there's just one of us, and we're not part of a big chain. Yeah, the foundation oversees all of the philanthropic efforts within the hospital.
Wow. And I'm sure there are many. So when you say all the philanthropic efforts, can you define that a little? Give me some scope as to what that means.
Absolutely. So, we are the fundraising arm. So with that, we are in Batesville, Indiana, which is a small community, 6,000 people. And so looking at just the ability to engage the community in what we do. And so that's through corporate sponsorships, that's through our events. And then most recently, we've had a capital campaign because we're building a new hospital.
Oh.
Yeah. Just building a new hospital. Yeah.
So, okay, wow. What are some of the advantages and disadvantages, do you think, for your foundation to be so independent and not part of that larger hospital system?
Sure.
That's very interesting because you see so many hospital systems, I think, emerging left and right and consolidation, but that's not the case for you guys.
Yeah.
So what's the advantages and disadvantages, do you think?
Yeah. So, an advantage is we can do what we want, right?
Yeah.
And so we have the ability to really meet our community needs. And so, I know when you're looking at hospitals in general, the OB department. So having babies is a big challenge for a lot of the hospitals. And we are able to have a phenomenal OB department. And then we're able to support that OB department through the grants that we're able to give through the foundation. So really, it's about meeting the community needs. From a foundation perspective, we can tailor our events to meet our unique community needs, as well as look at how we can make the most impact within our community. So as I think about, the benefits of being the private nonprofit hospital, I really believe it's just a huge benefit to our community as a whole. Obviously, disadvantages, there's one of me, and I have a phenomenal foundation marketing coordinator, Casey. And so between the two of us, we run the show. And we get it done. But I know, as I talk to other colleagues, they have a much broader support network.
An army.
Yes, they have an army.
You really are supporting a hospital foundation. How many are on your team?
Yeah, so there is myself and then the foundation marketing coordinator, Casey. And that is it from a foundation umbrella. The hospital marketing team is a phenomenal support to us. And steps in when we need it. But other than that, it's just us two.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And you're underscoring the word community law. I love hearing that. So I think what I'm hearing is that you just have created this culture internally and externally that kind of lifts you up because you have a great relationship with the hospital marketing team. You and Casey are probably, thicker than thieves, right?
We are.
you really engaged and embraced the community, and that kind of, I think, lifts you up a little bit. Is that a fair statement?
Very fair. Very fair. We have a phenomenal community. And, being a town of 6,000, 7,000 people, we know that we're lucky to have a hospital in this community. And
Yeah.
so care is close to home. And we have such a reputation of, our tagline is ensuring generations of care. And so
Oh, I
looking
love
at
it.
the generations, my dad was born at this hospital. I was born at this hospital. You look at all of the generations that have had their care done at Margaret Mary. And so that lasting legacy is really important to this community.
Wow. And so you're saying that you're a population of 7,000 people and you're lucky to have a hospital, but now we're building another hospital,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, and you
So
did a capital campaign. Talk to us about that. I mean, this is
sure.
no easy feats that you're accomplishing.
Well, yeah, it's been, I always say it's been fun, and it was a huge learning opportunity, right? A good experience for all of us. But so we are building a new hospital. It's a replacement hospital. So our
Okay.
building was 1932, our original building. We've had some additions since then, but as we look at, caring for the next generation, as we say, so we're looking at caring for the next 90 years. We started in 1932. We're 93 years old. So looking at the next 93 years, we knew that we had to build a new facility that would meet the needs of our community. So as we looked at that, the hospital got together. They came up with a $115 million budget. And they said, with the $115 million, we've been really good stewards of our resources. So we've been able to invest appropriately. We've managed our money well, but we are about $10 million short. And so as we're $10 million short, they came to the foundation and said, hey, could you raise $10 million from the community?
I
And
see. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that is how we determined the $10 million number, and we hit the ground running. And so it's been a phenomenal experience, and our community has been so generous. So right now, as I sit here, we're at 10.7 million. So we've exceeded our goal, which has just been an amazing accomplishment for our community to do.
Wow. So when did you start and when does the campaign end?
Yeah, so we started in mid of 2024 is really when we've started getting our first gift. There was planning before that, right? So
Yeah, of course.
we announced that we were building the hospital and then quite a few months of planning. And so then we hit the ground and boots on the ground, meeting with donors, talking with all our donors, and they've showed up in a generous way. So then we continued raising money for a year. So we were through 2025, hit the mark. We hit that 10 million mark in the summer of this year. And then we officially publicly closed our campaign at the gala, which was September 27th this year. And so we did the big check presentation. But as any fundraiser knows, as you do the big check presentation, you get the calls saying, well, I want to be part of this. I haven't sent in my money yet. I didn't realize you were so close to your goal. And so it doesn't matter how many times you can put it out there. It takes, the last final check presentation. So we have continued raising money, and we will continue raising money through next year for the new hospital, just to continue those enhancements
Wow.
for our
Good for
programs
you.
and services.
I think that's record time. I mean, that, almost like a year mark. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a significant accomplishment in a short milestone. I mean,
Yes.
in my
Yes.
mind. What do you
Yes.
attribute to the success? I mean, I would say the community that you've
Yeah.
built, right? The community and
Right.
culture, no doubt. But what do you attribute to that phenomenal success?
We have created a culture of what I call FOMO, right? And it's kind of the fear of missing out. And we really believe in that. So whether that's at our gala, our golf outing, any of our events, but then also being part of this. And so we've created this way of saying, we're going to go tour the construction site of the new hospital because we've given to the campaign. We got an invite. Well, in a small community, so they're talking, their neighbors are talking, so-and-so's talking to so-and-so, and you're able to see that there is a true feeling of FOMO. So all of a sudden you get the call, well, I heard Susie went and toured the hospital. How do I get to? Well, let me tell you, you can just write a check and you'll get an invite, right? We have a great team of people. My foundation board is phenomenal, really strategically looking at ways to increase donor retention as well as gaining those new donors. So
Yeah, I love the
donor
FOMO
acquisition.
approach. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So in a small community, it really works well.
Now I'm seeing the success, right? The community, the culture, as you mentioned, we can do what we want to do because you're not tied to this, big hospital
Yes.
foundation, and you've taken every advantage of that, all for the good of the community. And
Correct.
yes, I love it. It's such a great story. But I think I heard you mention gala, which is not that
Yes.
far ago. I mean, we're only in early November,
I
so it was
know.
only like what, 5-6 weeks ago you had a
It
gala.
was. It was.
September 20.
Yeah.
Tell us
September
about it.
27th.
I love events. Tell us about your event.
Yeah. So we had our annual gala. So every year we try to theme our gala something
Ooh, a
unique.
themed gala,
Yes,
even
yeah.
better.
Yeah. And so this year we went bougie. And so we went to a whole new level. We had a James Bond themed gala.
So great.
Yeah, our theme was Mission Margaret Mary. And so it really was a phenomenal evening. People loved the idea that they were getting in their tuxes. They had their ball gowns on. We put on the invite, what to wear. And we didn't say it had to be black tie affair, but it mainly was. And it was amazing the sea of black and white that you saw out in the audience. But there were some fun dresses and some fun suits as well. But people really love dressing up. And so we try to theme it different every year just to create to create the FOMO, right? We want people to be there, but, to make it new and different and exciting every year. So last year was our $1 million gala, and that was the true public launch of our campaign. So I was able to meet with donors and plant the seeds and say, hey, this is a big year for us. We want to really kick off this campaign. And so we had some donors step up in some amazing ways. And we were able to raise $1 million that night.
At the gala.
At the gala last year, 2025 or 2024, to kick off that campaign. This year we did about $460,000. It just continues to be just such a successful evening for us. But our theme last year was off to the races. So fitting that we were off to the campaign. And so it was a derby type horse racing theme.
Get out your fascinators, ladies.
Yep. And they did. In Indiana, you say off to the races and people question, is it the horse racing theme or is it the Indy 500?
The NASDAQ. Yeah. Okay. I was going to say NASDAQ. Is that not?
NASCAR.
Yeah. Oh yeah. NASDAQ. What am I talking about?
The stock market.
Okay. So, we got to edit that out of the episode.
Yeah. So just, looking at that, and the theme has just really made it different.
So
every
fun.
year.
You make me want to come.
Come on down. Absolutely.
So what'd you have? Did you have live, silent, raffles? What were some of the fundraising activities?
Yeah, a few years ago, we were able to add the premium experience portion of the evening. So we kicked the evening off 4:30 to 6 o'clock, and that is for premium experience. So you buy an additional ticket. We always try to theme it. So we did horse racing
again,
games.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like if I'm coming to the premium. That's
You're
right.
You're getting to the premium. So it's, the ability to have the themed horse racing game last year. This year, the theme was Casino Royale, very James Bond. So we had casino games there just during the premium experience. And so during that time, it's just, a cocktail hour. We took the pre-partying out of the party. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of meeting at someone's house, just come meet at the gala itself. And then you go over to the gala that starts at 6. We have a wine and bourbon pool. This year we did champagne with the theme, but it's a huge hit every year. We have community members donate bottles of bourbon and champagne and whatever the case may be. And they just give us a bottle. We put it up there. This year, you pulled a card from a deck of cards, you matched up the card, and you got a bottle of champagne or bourbon. And then we have a cash raffle. We did a diamond necklace raffle this year as well because of diamonds, James Bond. Again, trying to theme it with that.
Yep, I got it.
And then a silent auction. So we partner with One Cause on the silent auction, and we opened that up a week earlier. And so the great thing about the silent auction is that people all over the place are bidding on it. And so, while we're in a town of 7,000 people, we serve 65,000 in our region. And so we have people all over bidding on some of the great items. This year we had a flight of Blantons on our silent auction. We have some great experiences. And then we did a live auction this year. And so the live auction is always a highlight of the evening, and it's fun to watch everybody try to outbid each other. But this year was really cool. We did a surprise live auction item. And so it was not listed at all. And we had a helicopter sound effect, and one of our physicians ran up a secret envelope and said, "We have a surprise for you." It
going
was
along with the theme.
Going along with the theme. It was a two really expensive bottles of champagne, some champagne flutes, and then a cake shaped in a Rolex watch and a Louis Vuitton. And it went for $3,500. We have no complaints about that. It was a fun surprise. It also gathered, the 450 people in the audience, gathered them back and kind of redirected their attention. So
you made entertainment out of the live auction, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So fun.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a big night. It's a fun night. We end with dancing and a band and a late night snack, and yeah.
Okay.
It's a great night.
Wait a minute, though. Dial back. Didn't you say it's you and Casey?
It is Casey and I. Now, we do have a phenomenal gala committee, and we would be nowhere without the gala committee. So,
I mean, it takes
wonderful
an
volunteers.
army to put this together. So how do you do it?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
What attributes to getting this off the ground when there's really two main people in the foundation? I mean, that's still light. I mean, that's really light. So like, who's involved in this to make it all happen, especially in such a creative way?
Yeah. So our gala committee we've been really fortunate and blessed to have the same gala committee. So it's the same group of people for the past 4 years. And we meet in my basement at my basement bar on a Thursday night, and we just have the best time together. And it's funny because after the gala is over, we have this group text going on, and they're like, "We miss everybody. Can we get together? What can we do?" So it goes back to that word community, right? We've built that community, and they're all ladies. And then me, which is a lot of fun. But there's times I'm like, all right, we got to focus. We got to get back on the agenda here. But we just have so much fun together. But they are able to come up with the most creative ideas, and
seriously,
they have fun doing it. Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And great. So what does the volunteer base look like? What does the board involvement look like? Because I think people are listening, thinking that they can't pull off something of the scale that you're pulling off because their teams are tight but you're a living proof that if there's a will, there's a way. It can be done. How does the board, how does volunteers come into play? I mean, I'm really astounded by what you've accomplished.
Yeah, the board really focuses on strategic vision of the foundation. They are not picking out what our meal is, what the centerpieces look like. That is,
you have them focused.
I have them pretty focused on, this is what we need to raise. This is what we need to grant. These are how our investments are doing. Looking at all of those aspects of the board is just really kind of the high level of it. Then we have the gala committee, which is a group of 9 of us, and we get together monthly, and sometimes as it gets closer, twice a month. But we always make sure, we have dinner and a cocktail, and we try to make it as fun as we can, but we get a lot of work done. And then the week of the gala, we're out at Wall Hill Farm, which is it's an old horse that's turned into an event venue, and it's a great facility. But out there, the general manager lets us be in there all week, and it is all hands on deck. And that gala committee shows up, and I have a phenomenal support system, a phenomenal family, and so my mom and dad are out there sometimes setting up tables. And we're setting up every table, putting on the tablecloths, doing that all. And it just is amazing how people show up. But the goal is to make it fun, right? And they want to be there. They want to be
Yeah.
there. They want to be having fun, and we laugh, and could we be a little more efficient at times? I'm sure, but part of it is just having that.
Yeah, but it feels like it has a mom and pop feel, but you're doing big impact. I
Yes.
mean, you're
Yes.
raising some major funds at your events and supporting
Yeah.
new buildings, and I'm so proud of you. And
Oh,
we're so
thanks.
honored to just to have a small role, with your tech for your event. Just to be a
Yes.
small part of that is humbling for us. How is it working with the One Cause team? I mean,
Yeah.
were they
Yeah.
on site with you or?
Yeah, so we had 2 representatives on site, and they are phenomenal. They're great. We've actually had the same representative, the same lead, I should say, for the past 3 years, and she has just been amazing to work with. And honestly, I mean, she knows how I think. She knows how it goes. She gets the craziness. She knows when she needs to loop me in that night, when she can handle it. And so
She's
they have
part of
been
your
great.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's part of the team, very much so. So, we're friends on Facebook now, the whole thing. It's been really, really great to work with. And just one thing I just want to give a shout out that we strategically did a few years ago when we joined One Cause is we have what I would call 4 main nonprofits. And we have many nonprofits, I should say that. We have many nonprofits in the community, but we have 4 that have galas that have made large events. And so as we looked at that, we all got together, and it was confusing because this system was using this nonprofit was using this system, this nonprofit was using this system. And so it got really confusing for our community to see. And so we knew that we needed to be all on the same page. So all of us are on One Cause, which just helps because our donors are able to log in. They're able to say, hey, looking at this, we know how this system works, whether it's Margaret Mary Health
Familiarity.
Foundation, yep, whether it's Oldenburg Academy, wherever they go, they know what the system is. So
Yeah.
that has been a huge
So
benefit
no
for
learning
us.
curve. They can get right to
Yep.
bidding, and it feels familiar to
It
them.
feels very
So
familiar. So
yeah.
that was something actually our local arts council, the executive director at the time, reached out and just said, I feel like we should all be on the same system. And so, we all have our separate accounts and they all look a little different, but all in all, people know what they're doing when they
Yeah.
log in.
Oh, wow. That was a good move. And again, we're so humbled, to
Yeah,
be,
no.
I mean, it's such a small part, but
Oh, it's a big
we
part.
like,
It's a big part.
but we love it.
Yeah.
We know all of our customers, all of our events. We celebrate you guys behind the scenes.
Well, thank you.
So tell me a little bit about the impact. You're raising these incredible funds. We know about the building. What else are you doing in the communities to build those better tomorrows? We want to hear a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, our mission is really to improve the health and wellness of the community through Margaret Mary Health. So through the hospital, we raise monies and we directly then can impact the community as a whole through the hospital. So we have a granting system and it's going very well. And we have managers that will apply for grants. So whether it's a capital item that they didn't budget for, their machine breaks throughout the year and they might need some support, or it's a new item that they've seen the latest and greatest technology and they really feel that they want this, they will apply for a grant. This is where my board comes in to play. The board reviews those grants and approves or denies for whatever reason. And so we're able to, award multiple grants throughout the year. And typically we try to strategically benefit all departments in the hospital. So we just offered an OB grant that I hope gets approved at my board meeting Monday. But then also looking at the community grants. So let's have every mother who has a baby at Margaret Mary Health gets a book to take home and read to her baby. And so how can we play a role in that? What that does then is alleviates that stress of the hospital budget, right? So those patient satisfiers, the ability to have the best experience that our patients can
experiences, which is also building community, right?
100%.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it really goes full circle. And sadly, I've been in and out of a lot of hospitals this year with elderly parents, and you
Mhm.
really can see technology changes. I mean, my
Constantly,
God,
constantly.
constantly changing in every department. I mean, I've been in and out of different hospitals, like, whoa, I didn't see that robot-y thingy piece of equipment. And it's expensive.
Very.
I can't imagine what it is to run a hospital, let alone a modern hospital that's really dedicated to the mission of best health and wellness.
Mhm.
They're keeping you busy, Jonathan, aren't
They
they?
are. They are, yeah. And, we try not to get in the weeds of, best technology, what technology we should
Right.
have. It really is about the patient enhancement and satisfaction. So,
Yeah.
one area that we accomplished 2 or 3 years ago was a reflection garden, and so we built a garden out. We have a walking trail on our new health campus, and so we looked at this area, and it was a reflection garden, and it's a place to go, a quiet space. There's a big pond and a fountain, and we've tied it into our bereavement team. So both our hospice team as well as infant loss. And so it's just a meaningful place that our community absolutely loves. And so those are the areas of impact that we like to
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Experiences, which are leading to community building, which are leading to
Yes.
more experiences. Wow, it's a beautiful approach. I love what you've built all the way around. Are you planning for next year's gala already?
We are. So I have calls today on all of our events. So we have multiple events a year. We have 4 5Ks that we host. So we do a hospice 5K in the spring, and that is just such a great event that we've had for multiple years now. And we definitely know that a lot of our patients are affected by our wonderful hospice team, and they love our hospice team. So they go
Mhm.
out and support them through this walk. It's a morning 5K.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's on our walking trail on the new health campus, kind of starting at that reflection garden, like I said. So
Yeah.
it's a,
Oh,
yeah,
full
it's a
circle.
great place.
Everything you do is intentional and
We
thoughtful
try.
and full circle. I mean,
Yes.
like I'm like, I mean, I
Yeah.
can't. Beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely
And you have some
try.
golf outings, you
We
said too.
do, we do. So we do 4 or 5Ks. We have Girls on the Run, the hospice, Stop the Stigma Suicide Prevention 5K. Those were all events that we've had this year. And then we have our golf outing, which is in August. And our golf outings at our local golf course here. And it raises $88,000.
Wow.
It's an amazing time. The golf outing has definitely shifted to a corporate event, especially as we're building a new hospital, right? So lots of wonderful sponsors, but they're affiliated with building the new hospital, and it's very, very corporate focused.
Yeah.
But that's okay. That's a good thing.
But
I
it's good
mean,
that you can pivot and meet your donors where they
yes,
are and where they're evolving. I mean, right now we're
absolutely.
building a hospital, we're leaning into corporate. Let's everybody get on board, right? Because that's where
Yes,
we are right now. So
exactly.
yeah, you're very nimble and
Again,
yeah.
goes back to we have the flexibility, we have the ability to do that.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you need? People are listening. You are creating FOMO just in this show alone.
Well, I
So
hope
if people
so.
want to help, I mean, we know monetary donations, right? Just call Jonathon
Absolutely.
Maple and say, yep, I want a tour of that hospital and I can write a check. So we heard that one. But what else? What do you need right now if our audience is listening, wants to get involved?
Yeah, yeah. We're in Batesville, Indiana, so we're always looking for volunteers, whether it's event volunteers or at the hospital itself. So the volunteer program is under the foundation. So we're managing the volunteers that come and go from the hospital. And so looking at that, we always are looking for great volunteers within the hospital itself. We would love to see people at our events. I have learned best by going to other fundraising events. So I know I have gone to like the Riverview Health Foundation event, and which is up in Hamilton County. I've done things with the Indianapolis Zoo, the Cincinnati Zoo, just looking at different events, and I've learned so much just by looking at what they do and the experiences that they give me as somebody who's attending. So would welcome any fundraiser to, come to our event. Would love to hear feedback. that they have or ideas, we're better together collaborating. So yeah, ticket would be on me for sure, but feel free to come to our gala or whatever the case may be, and we can make this happen.
I love that you're even building community right in the question of what do you need. I love it. You're so true to your approach. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up with this question. Take
Sure.
us to the vision. What do you see in 5 years for the foundation? Where do you want to go? What does that look like?
Yeah, that's the I don't know how many $1 million question, because as we're looking at this with our board, we're looking at this with everybody, our stakeholders, our community. We know that we want to play an active role in continuing the legacy of Margaret Mary Health. And so as we look at the future and look at the vision, what does that mean for the foundation? We have built a great base. We're 13 years old. The hospital was started in 1932. The foundation was started in 2012. So looking at just the past 13 years, we've built a great base. We have some great donors. But now as we look at the evolution of foundations and we look at the evolution of nonprofits, we know that we're ready for the next chapter. So it's taking it to the next chapter. And what that looks like, I'm excited to hash out with the board and see. I have ideas. I think my board has ideas. But I know we will be undergoing some major strategic planning as we open up this new hospital, serving as the anchor of our health campus, and just being here to serve our community.
Yeah. Wow. When's the hospital opening? What's the grand opening?
Yeah. So summer of 2026. So we're now in the transition mode. So yeah.
We're going to have to follow along. Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
please
How
do.
exciting. And the foundation, is it named? Where do the names come from?
Yeah, so it's Margaret Mary Health Foundation. So our founders, 1932, they were Margaret Hillenbrand and Mary Mitchell, her daughter. And so they founded this hospital. And so that is where the namesake comes from.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, best of luck to you. I'm so
Thank
proud
you.
of you guys. I mean, you're tiny but mighty and you're getting it done. And we're going to have to follow along because I think this is going to be an exciting show to watch. And
Yes.
Congratulations just on the community, the experience, the FOMO, all the things that you've built there that are really making it work. And thank you for letting us be a part of it. We're grateful here at One Cause.
Thank you, Dawn. Yeah, this has been great. So appreciate talking to you.
Yeah, likewise. Well, you heard it. I mean, talk about your daily dose of fundraising inspiration from Jonathon Maple. I mean, 2 people are getting it done. Of course, with a whole team of committee and volunteers behind him. But really, if he can do it, you can do it. And we wishing you all the best of luck. Thank you for tuning in. There's 200 episodes on Raise Nation Radio, over 200 that we've covered for the past 4 years. So we hope you enjoy them all. Please be sure to like, subscribe, follow, comment, share the love, share this episode, and let's give some shine to today's topic and today's guest. So we appreciate it. But we will see you next time right here on Raise Nation Radio. Bye, Jonathon. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Thanks, Dawn.
Fearless Fundraisers, that's a wrap for today. A heartfelt thank you to our guests for sharing their stories, insights, and expertise. And to you, our fantastic audience, for everything you do to build brighter tomorrows in our communities. We hope today's content inspires you to amplify your mission and grow your impact. Don't forget to join us for new episodes every Thursday, wherever you listen to your podcasts, or catch us on YouTube and on demand at onecause.com. Before we go, we'd love your help in growing this podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, please like, follow, and subscribe to Raise Nation Radio. Share it with a friend, and please leave us a review so we can continue delivering content that inspires and empowers. Raise Nation Radio is produced in partnership with One Cause, your go-to for digital fundraising solutions that connect nonprofits with their donors and drive results. Visit onecause.com or scan the QR code to schedule a one-to-one with their fundraising experts and explore the latest tools and innovations to help you reach more and raise more. Plus, be sure to check out their extensive catalog of free resources to support your mission. All the links are in the show notes. Raise Nation Radio is inspired by the annual Raise Conference, presented by One Cause. We'd love to see you in person at the next Raise event in September. It's a 2-day experience featuring over 35 CFRE accredited sessions, dynamic speakers, and the latest innovations from our sponsor pavilion. and priceless networking opportunities. And while you're there, don't miss the Fearless Fundraiser Party. It's where memories are made and lifelong friendships are formed. Secure your spot today at onecause.com/raise. The link is also in the show notes. Until next time, thank you for tuning in, and as always, stay fearless.